All praises due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, because that's where I learned the truth from. A warm salutation to the brothers pushing this word throughout the four corners of the globe, the hopeful elect. This is your Ak Assad of the DC Church, just doing a read to the video the brother made. You can see his channel here, Hopeful Elect of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. He has instead of the word and, he has the ampersand, which is a symbol that means and. The video is titled Valley of the Shadow of Death. I'm going to play it in its entirety here. It's only 2 minutes. But before I play it, this man you see in here, this is a visual depiction of what the man who was ignorantly called Christ, this is what he would look like. He would have skin that is dark, he wouldn't have a pale complexion. He would have skin that is as brass that has been burned in the furnace, so a dark brown. And a lot of these people here in this day and age they have to die. And it's gonna be just like Noah's Ark. And when they're dying, you know, the elect are gonna play the part of Noah, and everybody else is gonna have to deal with some sort of fire, not water, be it a spiritual fire or a physical fire. Everybody else has to deal with a fire, whereas everybody in Noah's time had to deal with water, and all the people that were to be saved were on that ark. All the people that will be saved will be on the chariot during this time of fire. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this. This is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. And one of the many iniquities of our fathers was, murdering each other. So what you're seeing here, somebody was stabbed to death, somebody I believe was shot to death, somebody else shot to death, somebody else shot to death. And a lot of this nonsense that's going on, as far as people being shot and stabbed and killed and all that, a lot of this is done on purpose, but ultimately it's a spirit that's on them, sent from the Lord. The Lord's sending out these spirits, and it's amping up. That's what this year is all about. The year of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is turned up. It's amping up. You're seeing more and more murders, more and more serious situations where people can end up dead. And this is 2 Ezra 16:39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. And that's what you're about to see with this gentleman right here. So he's in his car, and you can see what's gonna happen. Pretty sure you got a pretty clear depiction of what's about to happen. It's a Psalm of David, Psalm 23.
And right now, we're seeing dramatic new video from a shooting on I-95 that landed this driver behind bars. In that disturbing video, you can see the man behind the wheel pull out a gun and fire during morning rush hour. Local 10's Roy Ramos live now in North Miami with an update for us tonight. Roy?
Calvin, and remarkably, no one was injured in any of this. Nearly a dozen shots fired. It all happened right here on the lanes of I-95, and the driver who opened fire says he did so because he thought he was being shot at. Chilling dash camera video obtained by talk show host Andy Slater showing the moments a road rage incident leads up to shots fired. You may remember when we first told you about the incident back in late June. 2 cars found riddled with bullets on the southbound lanes of I-95 near 135th Street. We've now learned the driver you are looking at is 30-year-old Eric Popper. Investigators with Florida Highway Patrol said he was driving this black Toyota Venza when he abruptly cut off another driver. That driver begins to tailgate him when he's then seen slamming on the brakes. Seconds later, state troopers say the driver pulls up to the passenger side and throws a water bottle at the vehicle when Popper quickly starts shooting right through his own windows. During the investigation, Popper told state troopers he believed he was shot at, so he began shooting. While surprisingly there were no reported injuries, Popper ultimately turned himself into Florida Highway Patrol, was arrested, and is now facing felony charges. And those charges include aggravated assault with a firearm. He has since bonded out of the Miami-Dade County Jail, but we are learning a little more about him. We've learned that he is a fire inspector. Right now, we're trying to find out what city he works for and if he is still employed. For now, here in North Miami, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit so you can see. I got some.
And he's now facing felony charges.
Got some key points
Felony charges.
that I want to bring
Florida,
out.
no reported injury. During the investigation,
Let me see if I can get it.
during the
Okay, all right. It's hard to get what I'm trying to show you. All right, here. Take a look at the gun. It's paused right now, but if I play,
June,
it's still in that position. That position for a pistol to have the I guess I call it the hammer back like this, means that he emptied the whole clip. This happens to a gun when it is totally empty. Every bullet that he had, he fired through his window. You can see a hole over here. He fired it through his window and his front window, his windshield. He fired every bullet that he had trying to kill them and missed every single one. Nobody was harmed. These bullets, these guns, they work about 30% of the time. And that's when the police are using them. 30%. These things are very ineffective and very dangerous, and this man had no control. He was driving his car down the highway. He emptied his whole clip into somebody who threw a water bottle at him. And towards the end of this video, what does that guy say?
What city he works for and if he is still employed.
If he is still employed, because next they're coming for his job. This is Luke 9:24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. So he was in the car trying to save his own life, but he was trying to die on the wrong hill. I'm not trying to die in some senseless some senseless road rage beef. Oh, he cut me off. Oh well. Oh fucking well. There's more important shit that's happening. And this man was ready to take a life, prepared to have his life taken. You can see earlier in the video, he slammed on his brakes, so he was egging it on. He was involved in it. He was like, oh, this person's tailgating. I'm gonna slam on my brakes so they hit me in the back. And when they pulled up next to him, he was like, oh, it's on. We about to kill each other. Let's do it. And in the same video, he says he's bonded out of jail, but he's looking at felony charges. So the felony charges, that's likely to stick and make it very, very difficult for him to get a job. This person right here, is saying that they're looking to make sure he doesn't have a job, and he's bonded out. What does bonded out mean? To provide a bail bond in order for one to be released for jail prior to their appearance in court. So that means he still got to go to court for these felony charges, But prior to that, you can spend a certain amount of money so that you're out on the street up until your court date. So this man is out on the street. Let's say this shooting happened yesterday. Let's say it happened today or whatever. He's out on the street walking around. He probably has his permit taken for him to have a legal gun. But the way that man was blasting off, it was like it was like he was about that life, you know? That's the first thing that came to mind. And you know what else I immediately thought of? This nigga right here. This nigga right here who has to drive around in his own home, his own city, in a bulletproof car.
Ran through Chicago with bulletproof, nigga.
In your own freaking city. Let this video play.
Yo, it's definitely Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again, you dig? Hey, man, we got Lil Durk, man. Lil Durk, he ain't going, man. Chicago's definitely not safe right now, you feel me? A lot of going on, especially with O Block. If y'all know, y'all know. When it comes to Lil Durk, though, he ain't staying away from the shot. He's still coming through, showing love, doing what he gotta do. But luckily for him, he got enough money to afford a bulletproof truck. So Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying, pretty much ride through the shot right now, bulletproof. What y'all think about that? Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think, man. I really think.
And the point that the man is making in this video that just so happens to have 14,000 views. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But what he's saying is Lil Durk has the money for a bulletproof car. But at the end of the day, that's not everybody has the money to do that, you know? So the majority of people that are riding through Chicago are not in bulletproofs. So while he might feel a little more safer from bullets, the majority of his people, he ain't buying a bulletproof for everybody, you know? I imagine it's very expensive. This is Psalms 37:9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. You're not gonna get ahead with your bulletproof car. It's a dead end road. It's literally a dead end road getting involved in all this BS. I highly don't recommend being like this, you know? And for him his first reaction to be to pull out the gun, I imagine he was involved in something else that led him to believe that the person that was pulling up on him knew who he was. You know, I don't think it was just random road rage that made him pull it out, because he had it in his lap for quite a while. You can see it from the beginning. He has it. It's a lot. No, you don't even see it from there.
Disturbing video. You can
Yeah,
see the
right there, you can see he doesn't have it in his lap, so that's the beginning.
bars in that disturbing
That's the
video.
beginning of the video that plays for just a second. And the next thing you know, he's just driving down the street with it in his lap. And you can see the video. It's on the brother's page. It's sitting right here. Can basically see it. But yeah, he spends some time just riding around with the thing in his lap, you know? He had it right here for quite a while. While he was looking in the rear view, he had his pistol right here. So this man, I don't believe that he's just working a regular job, you know? I believe he's doing a little something on the side. He thought, somebody was coming to kill him. Just like anybody that's riding around in a fucking bulletproof. You know something going on. You know there's a chance that somebody's ready to take your life, and that's not how it's gonna be in the kingdom. That's not a way that I want to live. That's not a way that the men of the Lord ideally want to live. That's not a way that the elect are gonna want to live, you know? Lord willing, I am of that number, but I don't believe any brother wants to roll around town in a bulletproof with a bunch of guns in hopes of staying alive, you know? That's not the way. That's the way some other camps are. And that should be a red flag to you, for you brothers that are just coming up. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Abba Ball, Shalom.